Moving on now, just days after the bilateral meeting between Prime Ministers of India and Australia, both the countries have now agreed to sign a long-pending free trade agreement which will conclude by the end of 2022, and an early harvest trade deal is set to conclude as early as December this year. This is a part of India-Australia Comprehensive Economic Cooperation Agreement, and the decision to expedite negotiations between the two countries was taken at a recent meeting between India's Commerce Minister Piyush Goyal and Australian Minister of Trade Dan Tehan.
The potential for us to build on what we do already bilaterally is absolutely, I think the sky is the limit. If you look at our trade at the moment, it does not reflect the true extent of the economic partnership. It's roughly around $26 billion. I think if we can reach a full-bodied free trade agreement by the end of 2022, then you would see over the years to come that trading relationship double. This is about win-win, and that's what we want. And if we do this properly, we will get that win-win. It will lift the standard of living in India, it will create jobs in India, it will lift the standard of living in Australia, it will create jobs in Australia. That's what an economic partnership does.
And India and Australia have decided to conclude an interim government, also referred to as early harvest trade deal, by December end. Under this early agreement, duties on certain selected items will be reduced. The two sides have decided to have an exchange of offers regarding the proposed agreement by October, and the final trade deal will, however, be concluded by 2022 end.
Once the intention for a full-fledged FTA or a comprehensive economic partnership is declared and announced and agreed upon formally, they do allow an interim agreement to cover areas of immediate interest. You could call them the low-hanging fruits, where both sides have a very positive interest in expanding trade between the two sides, which could be kick-started or which could be implemented in the interim, while the contours of the final agreement may take a little longer period of time.
Last year, the India-Australia bilateral trade exceeded 24 billion Australian dollars. The proposed trade agreement would cover trade in goods, services and investment, among other major coverages. And as per the two visiting ministers, the current trade between the two countries does not reflect the true extent of the economic partnership. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.